am long overdue on my Bronco for an oil change. I'm almost at 5,000 miles, and according to the manual, it's 3,500 to 5,000. Any of you auto folks out there know you're not supposed to push it to 5,000 miles, but I did. But it's okay, because today that's gonna change. An oil change on a new vehicle doesn't need to be intimidating. You really don't even need that many tools. Right here is everything I need for today. Of course, I need a lot of good oil. This is 5W830, and then I have a nice new filter. I also have a 3/8 impact with a 15mm socket, a traditional ratchet and extender, and thanks to Ray, I have an oil filter socket. This could be really helpful if that filter is in a hard to reach place. All right, time to get started. There's a little yellow lever right in front of the hood. You just push that to the left, the hood comes up. Now it doesn't stay up on its own, but you got a hood prop right here. All right, so the first thing that I need to do is pop this oil cap off right here. Otherwise, it's not gonna drain very well. So our next move is to remove this center skid plate right here. And I realize these are metal and these are on tight, so I had to get the air. We're gonna just drop this front one a little bit first. 2 more bolts. All right, wow. Look at that. All that mud from my camping trip. And I tried to clean this out. Apparently I didn't do a very good job. The next thing you need to do is rake loose this drain plug on the oil pan. Oh, and it's loose, but now I need to move the drain pan in place to collect the oil. So our next move is to remove the old oil filter. Now you see the filter's way back up in there, so it could be a little bit tricky. I do have this oil filter socket right here. Let's see if I can get it loose. Okay, so I need to get that oil pan ready. And it's real tight in there, but I got it. And there it is. Now, one thing I want to mention with the old filter is you want to check and make sure the gasket is on the old filter that you take off, because you don't want it stuck on the block. Otherwise, you'll have 2 gaskets on there once you put the new filter on, and that's a big problem. Brand new filter. You want to make sure you lube up the rim of the new filter. Stick my finger in there. Just go around the rim here. Get it nice and lubed up. Ooh, I can tell that this oil is looking a lot cleaner than the other stuff I had. All right, let's get it on. This is the new Motorcraft oil filter. Now, on the box, it says exactly how tight it needs to be. 3/4 to 1 full turn. And now that means after it touches the engine block. So I have a marker right here. Once I get it on there so that it's touching, I'm gonna mark it, and then I'll know exactly how far I've turned it. So this oil filter chute is at such a weird place right here. I went ahead and put a bunch of shop towels in there because when I stick my head up there to put this filter in, it's like right at mouth level. So weird. Okay, let's do this. All right, we should be getting close. Let me take it out. Oh, I actually went a tiny bit more than I needed to. So I'm just gonna back it off slightly so it's right where it should be, because you don't want it too tight. There we go. Beautiful. Now this is the drain plug. You want to make sure that you inspect the gasket on it. Now in this case, the Bronco's brand new and the gasket looks the same, so that's great. But if you saw a lot of wear and tear, you definitely want to replace this. Now you want to make sure that you put a little bit of oil on the gasket here. I still got some dripping out, so it's going to be just fine. First thing is, put that drain plug in, hand tighten it up. 2.3 liter EcoBoost typically are 19 foot-pounds of torque. Some forums suggested 20. Now, if you don't have a torque wrench, you can just go ahead, tighten it by hand first, and then you want to give it a little snug. Now, you do not want to strip it, so don't go too tight on this, very important. There we go. Wow, that was almost perfect. I set the torque wrench to 20 foot-pounds, and just to confirm, you know, how close I was on my own, and I was real darn close. So we're good to go on that. All right, it's time to bring it down and fill it up. So Ford recommends 6.2 quarts of oil. That's what we're gonna do. Alrighty. So it's a good idea after you fill your oil and change it to make sure it's good. So I'm gonna wipe it clean. There it is, perfect.